The addition of water from melting ice sheets and glaciers and the expansion of warm saltwater are the two main contributors to sea level rise that are related to global warming. Over 90% of the excess heat caused by global warming is absorbed by our ocean. Islands and coastal towns are already seeing the most noticeable effects of climate change, since many of them are being devastated by extreme weather events in addition to increasing sea levels. Sea level rise is currently having a disastrous impact on Tuvalu, a group of 9 low-lying islands in the Pacific. The water levels in these group of islands are rising by almost half a centimeter per year. If this trend continues, the islands could be fully submerged underwater within our lifetime. These geographically remote and small land masses are in danger of going extinct due to ocean level rise and other environmental changes. The island populations now face failed harvests, debilitating water shortages, and an uncertain future as a result of the increasing scope and intensity of storm surges, saltwater intrusion, and coastal devastation during the past few decades. As sea levels rise due to climate change, Kiribati runs the prospect of being the first nation to lose all of its land area. The people of Kiribati are attempting to save their islands by establishing mangroves and conserving the shoreline with the assistance of the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. According to UN predictions, Kiribati may vanish within the next 30 to 40 years. The average elevation is less than 2 meters above sea level, which explains why. Due to its subtropical climate and coastal location, Miami is particularly vulnerable to tropical cyclone and hurricane activity. In addition, Miami has a significant danger of severe coastal flooding due to sea level rise. By 2030, sea levels are expected to have increased by between 15 and 25 centimeters, and Miami is already experiencing sea flooding in some regions. Heavy downpours, also known as rain bombs, and yearly high tides, sometimes known as king tides, can cause floods in the daily life of residents. King tides, which are tides that are higher than usual, are predictable annual occurrences in Miami from September through November. According to the trajectory of emissions we choose over the next few decades, 1.2 million people in Greater London reside on territory that could be threatened by sea level rise that is locked in after a rise of 4 degrees Celsius. By limiting warming to 2 degrees Celsius, we can lessen the threat of sea level rise in places that currently house around 733,000 people. As in the rest of the world, so too in South Africa will we be faced with flooding of coastal communities. The following map shows the extent that major towns and cities may be affected. The red areas on the maps indicates areas that will be underwater. Here is Cape Town. Maysenberg, Milnerton, Century City and Strand will all be affected. This is Strays Bay and Agulhas. This is Jeffreys Bay and Shamtwis. Here is Caberha from North End up to Motherwell. This is Durban with Sapref, Clarewood, Glenwood and Berea all affected. And lastly this is Richards Bay, again with large affected areas. The reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, which must reach zero as soon as possible, is the cornerstone of all climate change solutions. Thanks for watching. Please, like, subscribe, share, and comment.